Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another Chill Stream Mashup. This week, it's Pokemon with the DC Universe. Thanks to one of you. Nobody can see me because I don't have my camera on. Well, you can see me now. Anyways, yes, it's Pikachu with Batman. Pikachu! Pikabat? Batchu? Na 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 na. Pikachu! Na 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 na. Pikabat! Na 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 na. Batchu! No. Okay, let me share this out. Go live. It's alive! Batchu. What does the bat chew? The bat chews you. Who does the bat choose? I choose you. I choose you. Pikachu, I choose you. Batchu, I choose you. Okay, let's see what those. Let's see whether we can get the Timotei here. Or the first proto. Alpha proto. Flit. Let's flit them over to us. Okay, let's, I guess, get in on air now. Show the screen. There we go. Oh, we're gonna change that to our headphones. There we go. We are on air with you. Hey, Metal, how are you? Time to get batty. And hello, Metal. What'd you open yourself?
Oh, the same thing I usually open. A
Coke?
Pepsi.
Oh.
I mean, I might have to open a Coke if the next thing I open because I'm out of Pepsi. That's all that's left in there.
So this will be, well, what I'm drawing may or may not be simple. I don't know. But I already did this morning before I left for work. I did the Pokemon version. I've just going to record some audio to go with the video, which will probably be out tomorrow sometime.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Fitzjoseph. So
Also, I sent you a message.
here is is a Pokemon version of Batman and Pikachu mixed together. What do you think?
Eh. What do they call them in South Park? The Chimpokomon? That's what that looks like.
Okay.
Pokemon, of course, translating to penis monsters because it's South Park.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't want to throw a Batman costume on Pikachu like I think Fitzchozo suggested.
I think I was also suggesting that.
Okay, maybe we
Also, can't you remind me? This is not very good, but still.
You drew, what was this for? Fitzchozo, you sent me a drawing. You said, this is what I drew?
Yes.
For,
Uh, yes. Can't you wrong?
okay, you're breaking up, I think.
Oh, I'm on my computer. Let me switch to my phone. Might be easy to hear.
He's asking if you can show the drawing.
Oh, yeah. Copy image. Okay, move from clipboard. Okay, so here is the drawing. I guess we'll have to wait for Fitzchozo to get back to say what it is exactly. Or did you hear that?
He didn't say it, but I know what it is because it's the thing he was telling us last time. It's his Lorax parody.
Okay.
I only recognize it because he was talking about it after we went off air for a little bit, but it's literally just a blue Lorax, which is exactly what he said it was going to be.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. That's the thorax. That's what I drew.
Yeah, that's what Matt was saying, that it's your blue parody thorax.
Lorax.
Lorax.
Blue thorax.
Which you're calling thorax, right?
Yeah, I'm calling it the thorax because chest.
Is it supposed to be more monstrous for you, or I forget what you were saying about it?
No, I said I want this to show up in one of my projects I'm working on. I wanted to have it like as like I wanted to have it like the monster who speaks for the trees and hates that the bathhouse is cutting down trees and make firewood. That's that whole that deal with this character.
So he's supposed to be a
You,
monster, and
that's supposed to be the Lorax. It's a parody of the Lorax.
yes, I get that,
You
but
know what Lorax is, right?
yeah, I've seen the movie, The Lorax. Yes, but it's
Who
been
is
some.
Yeah.
definitionally a monster. He's just not a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My just question is, yeah, I know. I heard you saying something about the trees and all that. He's a monster for the
He
trees.
speaks for the trees. That's just like the Lorax, and he's an environmentalist. That's it's a tree, it's nature spirit, some kind of nature spirit. That's what he is.
And
You
you're
sure?
having him be good or bad in between.
He's opposing the bathhouse that's cutting down trees to make firewood.
I think he's just supposed to be annoying though. Like he might be right, but he's like you said he was like pestering the people to try to take out the bathhouse.
Yes, he's going to be pestering the main duel to take out the bathhouse.
Okay.
You know, I used to
That's the
think
idea
the
happen.
Lorax was all right when I was a kid, But then I got older and I learned about the logging industry, and I learned how the logging industry has actually planted more trees than they cut down originally. In fact, there are now more trees on the planet now than there has ever been in the history of the planet. So I don't know. I think the Lorax was a little misguided.
Okay, well, yeah, but the thing is, he's pestering the main wizarding duo take out the bathhouse, which is run by the witch, and then there's gonna be soot gremlins created by the burnt firewood. You get what the joke is, right?
Yeah, but you also explained it after the call last time too.
You know the soot gremlins that keep showing up in Studio Ghibli films.
Yeah, the first time they made a prominent appearance was in Spirited Away. They're
I
trying to
know
carry your shoes away.
there was in Totoro as well. But I'm not making it up. There was in Totoro as well.
Yeah, I
Don't
remember. I
know
just
why
don't
he.
remember that being a prominent appearance, but oh yeah, it's an appearance.
Don't know why he recycled that same creature, but Miyazaki. I'm talking about. Like you just
Well,
recycled
they're
the soot gremlins from
an actual
Totoro into.
creature. They're called Susumatari. They're
Oh,
technically soot sprites from Japanese
oh,
folklore.
okay. Oh, I didn't know. I thought Miyazaki just made that up.
Most of the stuff for specifically both of those films, and there's a few other ones too, but Totoro and Spirited Away played heavily into like Japanese folklore.
Mm. Yeah.
The most recent one that he did too, The Boy and the Heron, played a lot into Japanese folklore as well.
Okay. Do you think my idea here is clever or what? Or is it just kind of like what do you think of this
I
whole idea?
I think it's all right.
We'll have to see how you execute it, right, Metal?
Yeah, I mean that's my problem. You try to ask me if I think an idea is clever. I don't think most ideas are clever because I don't really think ideas tend to be anything until there is some form of execution of them, right? Some things are simpler, right? Like if your idea is a joke, well, you can tell a joke, and that can be the execution of an idea. And you can easily tell if a joke was clever right away. But the more complex an idea is, it's hard to actually tell until you see it in process.
Um, but also, they have a bunch of ideas for episodes for this wizard show. I mean, there's another one where I have like there's a kung fu temple guarding a tree with special sap. But I'm probably cutting out the drowning pools thing. I'm probably cutting that out. We're not going to have that. That was an idea of like no. I was trying to parody Ron. I'm like no, that doesn't fit.
Oh, okay. I honestly, even though I really like Ranma, I didn't know what you were referencing when you were saying drowning pools. I thought for some reason you were referencing, the band that did Bodies.
Don't know what that is.
You don't know that, let the bodies hit the floor?
Oh, I don't think I've heard that. I probably got to look that up.
Yeah, it's before. Well, I think you were maybe alive when it came out, but it would have been before you were old enough to be cognizant of it. But it's been used in media, so maybe I just figured you might have heard it before.
Okay, yeah, because the whole drowning pools thing, I just cut that out. I'm like, no, that just that doesn't feel like it fits. Because I didn't even find it funny in Ranma. So I'm like,
Then
what else am I
don't
gonna do?
use it.
Hey, Mike. Mike is here. He's dropping in to say hi. Well, hello. And share and like and all that wonderful stuff. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yay.
I mean, nothing. Nothing Rama did. I found funny. That's kind of the problem. The only thing I laughed at once in Rama was the joke where the guy's shark gets killed, or at least thinks the shark is killed. That's the only. That's the only time I ever laughed at Rama. That was it.
All right. I guess good for you. I'm not sure.
What are you drawing now, Rick?
Well, I am drawing human version of a combination of Pikachu and Batman.
Oh,
I did
that's
the I
again.
did the I did the Pokemon version, which will be a video probably tomorrow sometime. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for a humanized version, and I might go off a little bit from my version. I might more do Pikachu's ears. And I think I want to do Pikachu's round things.
Oh, great. It's my own fault. But now that song is stuck in my head.
What?
Bodies by Drowning Pool. It's nobody's fault but my own, right? Like a offhanded statement made me think of it, and now the song is stuck in my head.
Yeah, but it was an offhanded statement by Fitzjoseph, so it's Fitzjoseph's fault.
Yeah, but he didn't mean it. It's still my fault for thinking of it. Like he could have absolutely no idea my brain would connect those wires.
True, true.
Because I didn't even know that band even existed. So I don't. So that's the thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing, of course.
Now I know whether he remembers it or not. Rick has definitely heard that song at least once.
Yeah, with you saying a bit of it, vaguely remember it, and it's actually minutely going through my head too, but I can't remember enough of it to go through my head. So, actually, I think it's a little bit more frustrating. It is, but it isn't more frustrating just because I don't know what I'm remembering or not remembering. I can't remember it to remember it.
Yeah. But it used to be a super popular song during the aughts. Especially if you were like on the internet. There were so many just really edgy AMVs made by teenagers to that song, you know?
Oh, yeah, but of course, I really wasn't aware of really anything before I was like maybe 5 or 6. So like I wouldn't have been able to know what that song even is.
Man, I was aware of stuff very early. Like, I would have been maybe 2, but I remember watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers debut. I was
Now
in love with that
I remember stuff
immediately.
that far back as when I fought back when I was 3, which is when Hurricane Katrina happened. But that's about it. Like I don't remember anything further back from when I was 3.
Well,
So
I remember some stuff around when I was 1. Like there was this building.
Yeah, I've got some scattered stuff from back then.
Like I remember a building that me and my mom lived in when I was 1, and somebody that vaguely remember my babysitter from that time. You know, not much about her, but like to see a picture of her, I would recognize. Oh yeah, that was my babysitter from Well, I didn't know I was one at the time. My mom told me that I was
Yeah,
one.
like you've got the memory and somebody tells you. I have the same ones too. Like, I've scattered memories from, I'd probably say somewhere around 14 or 15 months old to when I'm 4 is when it starts to be more of like a continuous line of memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. My continuous line of memory basically starts when I was like 3. That was kind of it.
I'm not sure when mine would start. But then again, I'm not sure whether it matters. I'm a little older, so I have a little more stuff to mess with my.
You got more stuff to forget.
Yeah.
Uh, so, like when I'm thinking about stuff I would have seen back in the early 2000s. I'm like a lot of
Dude, my
Yeah.
youngest
it was like
brother doesn't
it,
remember like anything before 10.
Who?
anything for what?
My youngest brother just does not remember basically anything before 10. Like
Oh.
maybe
Which is
he'll have a scattered memory that pops up if you tell him about it. But then he's not sure how much of it is what he's remembering or what his brain is filling in from you telling him about it. But he has like no confident memories from before 10.
Yeah.
oh, that's weird.
It's
Uh,
actually not that uncommon.
Oh. Okay.
but anyways, I'm just thinking about anime that have liked so recently. Like what's the most recent anime I've liked? Is it my home hero? I think it might be.
I don't know why you'd be asking anyone else. You're the only one who can answer that.
Hmm.
Do you know?
Again, that's a show I should probably rewatch sometime soon. Like again,
I gotta put that belt up a little bit.
I realize it's just how I realize how samey most anime are even before the isekai stuff. Like I just realized how samey a lot of it is to the point that some of it I just inevitably
No, I
forget about
realized
because
how samey every conversation with you is.
Okay, what's I probably do know, but what's samey mean?
As in the same over and over again, similar,
Oh.
repeating.
yes, there are quite a few. Like I can't name any I can't remember the names like any like high school rom com anime for example. They're all just the same.
Probably because you don't like them. I'm not a big fan of high school as a setting, though. Most of the ones I like take place more outside of the school than they do in the school. It just happens to follow high schoolers. But uh, most of the ones I end up liking feel very different from each other. But it's also almost like having siblings, right? If you're really close to your family, you only focus on the parts that are really different between you and your siblings. Like sometimes you might even feel night and day from each other, but anybody outside of your family who only hangs out with you or whatever sometimes will always point out how similar everyone in your family is to each other because, I mean, you're genetically related. Of course, you're going to be similar to each other. That's kind of how it is if you're not like into a type of show, right? If you're not into it, you don't pick up on all the differences and what makes that story. I mean, not even show. Like it could be a novel or anything unique. You start to just run into all the things that are the same, especially the stuff you don't like about it. It's also one of the
Yeah,
funniest things.
like earlier today, I stated that every manga sensei and my dress up dollar is basically the same. Like I mean kind of how I felt. Like it's just when I first saw Madras Abdallah when that came out, just Aaron Manga Sensei again.
Which, I mean, I can feel the differences between them watching it. Partially how they handle the subject matter is very different too. But even if it was exactly the same, I don't even think that would be a problem. As long as the author's voice was coming out, because you'd still be going through different situations. Um, there's two different types of creativity, right? Like creativity is kind of like on a spectrum, and it actually matches one of the big five personality traits, openness. And on one end, the more extremely open somebody is, the more they crave novelty. So they just don't really like doing things that are the same as other things. They want to be innovative, which isn't always good. A lot of new things are awful, right? Like you're kind of shuffling through things, throwing spaghetti at the wall until something good actually sticks. And then on the
What
other
can you
end,
name?
what do you
Give
mean?
an example. Give an example.
You need to be more specific about what you're asking.
Give an example of something that try to be novel that ended up being terrible.
Uh, Something that's novel that ended up being terrible. I could probably go pull any random webcomic off of like Comic Fury. But we also have the bias, right? There's the bias that things that are successful tend to not fall into the realm of what you would call awful. They might be boring, but they're not necessarily awful. You want to see like truly awful things, you do need to scour these places where people just get to put up their own stuff.
I mean, Sword Art Online exists, so I'm like,
Yeah, but I don't like Sword Art Online. I don't even think it's good, but I still don't think it would cross the line into awful. There are truly just horribly untalently done things out there.
Yeah, like Marvel and DC nowadays.
I wouldn't even throw those into the category I'm talking about, but funny joke. But the point I was getting to before I was cut off and you asked me to name an example was there's the other end of the spectrum when it comes to creativity, which is iterative creativity, where somebody does the same thing again, oftentimes trying to bring something out of it that wasn't there, trying to like find the potential of something. This is often the type of creativity that you get in theatrical performances, where people will play a play that's already been done before, but by this troupe, and maybe they'll try to bring something out of it that only that troupe can bring out of it.
Yeah, do their
yeah,
own sort of
that
thing.
reminds me of the 1930s Frankenstein movie, which was an adaptation of a play that was a reimagining of the original story.
Yes, yes, which has plagued the storytelling of Frankenstein since then because everybody just adapts that now. But another example
Like,
of that is like cover songs, right? Where a band makes a song or an artist. Sometimes it's just a solo artist. Sometimes it's just a writer, right? But then somebody does a cover of it, and sometimes the cover just completely amazes you and was better than the original. And you might not even understand how, the original band was so good. How could somebody do a better cover than them? And they do. And if you do want an example of that, I have that one prepared. A really good example is We Can Work It Out by the Beatles. There's a cover of it by Stevie Wonder. And you're like, yeah, if anybody's going to do a Beatles song better than the Beatles, it's probably going to be Stevie Wonder. But his just completely blows theirs out of the water. It's like maybe even the best version of that song. And sometimes you only get the best version of something after it's been iterative. So a healthy ecosystem for any field of art will have a combination of innovators and iterators. But most people aren't on the extreme side of any of that. Most people aren't just like doing their vent art that they want to do or whatever. Most people fall somewhere along the spectrum where maybe they're more innovative than they are irritative, and maybe some of them are more irritative than they are innovative, but they're still kind of doing a little of both.
Hey,
In fact, I would actually use Stevie Wonder as an example because he was innovating on top of an irritative performance with We Can Work It Out.
And then he says, hobbyist alpha.
I don't know what he means by hobbyist.
Probably something based on what you're saying. But if you want to.
Well, hobbyist is somebody that does it for just personal reasons, right? Technically, it means you do something out of your home. That's where the hob in hobby comes from. It refers to home. It actually originally comes from the term hobby horse, which was those little wooden horses inside the house. It's a house for the home, but people would ride them as a hobby, right? So if we're referring to something that's a hobby, it is something that you kind of do out of your home for pleasure. We've kind of lost the out of your home part, but we kind of assume that it is not your profession. Doesn't mean you don't make money off it. It could be a side gig or something, but it is something that isn't your profession. Though the things I was talking about, you have professionals all across that spectrum of innovation to iteration. But you have hobbyists doing it too.
Can I share a secret? It's not, I guess it's not a secret anymore. Won't be a secret anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it live on air, it's not going to be much of a secret.
I know exactly, but I'm probably gonna reveal this to everybody.
But it is
I have not watched Kill la Kill before. I have not watched Kill la Kill before, and I don't care.
I not much of a secret, and I'm not surprised, nor do I care.
Yeah, you're not surprised because but then I don't like anything that studio makes. So that's kind of the thing. Like those studio trigger guys, like I don't like anything they make. So why watch that one?
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe just stay away from the studio, you know? There's quite a lot of stuff they make that I like, but I can understand people not liking them. Though, it also depends on some of them. They also do adaptations, but you're probably, in this case, too, speaking strictly about their original works. Because the adaptation would probably vary on whether you liked the original thing or not, too.
Alpha put a set of eyes to say watching, then I believe anyways. Then he's got a exclamation mark for some reason. And then he's got, I'm not sure what it is, a face that's, ah!
Yeah, it's like a screaming dinosaur or whatever. It's just one of the YouTube, what are they called? Proprietary emotes. Maybe it's because Kill la Kill is what they would call a certified classic at this point, but
yeah, but
honestly, I wouldn't recommend it for most people. I don't think most people would even get it.
Because part of the reason why I haven't watched it because I just don't care about watching erotica. That's the thing. It's
like Kill la Kill doesn't fall under the definition of erotica.
I mean, what?
Kill la Kill is about as much erotica as, say, Airplane is, right? Because I think a lot of people even think, too, because there is technically nudity later, but you never actually see anything. It's all comedically censored nudity. It's not like panty and stocking. Panty and stocking, I'd be fine with people calling it erotica because
that's not why I didn't like panty. Like that's not why I didn't like Panty and Stocky. Panty and Stocky, the problem is I didn't find it funny. It's kind of like watching most uh, it has the same vibes as like watching something on most things on Adult Swim. Because I
Yeah,
remember when I
yeah.
was like a teen, like early teen, most things on Adult Swim are so bad you'll change the channel immediately. The only show that wasn't absolute dog shit was Rick and Morty. I just left it on as background noise.
Well,
I didn't actually pay
I
attention
would
to.
actually relate it more to something like Ren and Stimpy adult party cartoon, like the MTV season, which when I showed Panty and Stocking to my dad, he loved it, and that was the first thing he thought of. He was like, "Oh, this reminds me of Ren and Stimpy."
Alpha's got a
Yeah,
whole
but
bunch of,
mo-
got about 3 small question marks, and then he puts 4 big question marks about something.
I think he probably also agrees that like Kill la Kill is not erotica.
no, that's the thing. I have no interest in watching something like Kill la Kill or 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 My Dress Up.
Oh,
I watched the
Spike
first.
TV. Thank you, Alpha. I knew it was on one of
Yeah,
those channels, but I was thinking
I
MTV.
watched like the first 2 episodes of My Dress Up Darling when it first came out, and I just stopped watching it because I didn't have no interest in watching continuing anymore. Why should I?
I get.
Like what? Like what?
Well, I've never even watched an episode of it, so I have uh, no idea. So good, I guess.
Personally, I prefer when people who aren't into something don't watch it. Mostly because I don't want to hear people complain about stuff. Like, you could give a simple review of, like, this is the reason I don't like it and move on. And that's great, you know? I don't
Yeah,
even want to talk about things I like to people who don't like them. It's not a fun conversation.
I remember when I read that manga about same guy who made Dance with the Vampire Bun that was a superhero parody where the main character he can't stop having sex with her villains. As ain't supposed to be, and half of every chapter was sex scene. And it's like why am I like the daughter didn't even have much of a personality. The main character's daughter, she didn't get enough screen time. We instead have a entire chapter dedicated to watching the main character masturbate. I'm like, what?
Rick, anytime Fizz comes on, I think you need like a layer on your OBS that you could toggle, almost like a sign that raises the viewer rating of the show to like adult only or something.
I'm not making this stuff up. By the way, you actually think I'm
It's not
joking?
about whether you're making it up or not. It's about the fact that like you choose to talk about it.
yeah, and we're not usually talking about something even remotely similar.
Yeah, we'll be talking about something completely different, and then non sequitur Fizz was like, "Here's a thing that's been bothering me for the last 10 years."
But most anime just falls into the category of like erotica for me. So that's why I just don't care. That's why I don't care about watching a lot of it.
Yeah, I have to agree with Alpha. It's like, how do you keep running into this stuff? Because like most of the stuff I watch, I would definitely not consider it that. And some of them, like, it depends on your cultural background. I could see it teetering some lines or even crossing some. But then there's stuff that you've mentioned before that, like, that's not even.
Like,
Well, like what?
okay, I'm not even very much into anime, and I'm like, how does he run into half this stuff?
Like what? Like what? For example?
I swear you called My Hero erotica at one point.
No, I never called My Hero Academia erotica. I never once said that.
I'm trying to
I said
remember
it
some of
was.
the other ones. Because, like, there's
Oh,
been some ones that you've said that I've just been, like, whiplashed from hearing somebody ever call it erotica. I'm trying to remember some of them.
Well, I know there was one that even I was like, what the? I've seen that, and I know it's not. I forget which one it was, but.
It's hard to keep track because he mentions so many.
Yeah, yeah, you would
that
think
that
that would make it easy to keep track.
But it's like, I know. Also, broadly, you've called the category of like battle shonen and stuff erotica.
Like
which
I don't
is
call
kind of
battle
far-fetched.
shonen erotica. It's battle shonen. I've once said that battle shonen and erotica are the two most common anime types
No, you've
types of
said
anime.
that all battle shonen are about sex. Like these are words that have come out of your mouth before.
I never said battle shonen. I said all shonen. All shonen is about sex mostly. Most shonen is about sex, but not. I never said battle. Never specified battle shonen.
Yeah, but if all shonen are about it and battle shonen is in that, would that conclude that battle shonen is all about it?
Or are you excluding that particular category?
Yes, I've got yes. I actually exclude that category. Like for example, what is Food Wars? Is Food Wars about? If example is food. What would you consider Food Wars?
Food Wars, it's almost into ecchi territory. It's definitely pushing the line very, very hard. The adaptation does it even more than the manga does. Like the manga's not that like visually descriptive of like what do they call them, like the foodgasm or whatever.
Mm.
The adaptation though goes kind of over the top with it. Where they're, like,
What do you
bursting out their
consider?
clothes.
What do you consider To Love Ru then?
To Love Ru is at best ecchi, and that's like an extreme exception of things too.
Not really. I mean, it's kind of. I also saw Girls Rival once. Like the first episode was a long time ago. I decided not to years ago, not to watch it any further.
And Alpha, thank you for the correction on spelling Pokemon. It's not like I write it a lot, so I spelled it with a an O instead of an E, but I just corrected that.
Oh, dude, Girls Bravo? That's like way more erotic than To Love Ru. That even advertises itself as being erotic.
Yeah, just have a lot. There's a lot of that stuff. So. I'll also Kiss Exes. I remember that.
No, I've never seen that one.
So,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna ask, is there anything else we can talk about?
I would prefer to talk about anything else. Every single time.
I'm just weirded out by the lack of diversity, in anime genres. Like how many premises do we have? We have battle shonen. Was this just a tournament arc? The some kind of magic system that explains how the
Battle
characters
Shonen's
have
not
powers
even a
to fight each other?
premise. It's a category of things. There's a lot of different premises in it.
Did we have like high school sex comedy and then what else we have? I don't know. I don't know. We have
Just
there's
regular
not
high
much.
school, not sex comedy.
I mean, I've never seen a high school anime that isn't either like a battle shonen or it's another sex comedy.
The one I was just watching isn't a sex comedy. My Dress Up Darling.
There is
there's
a
no
sex
sex
comedy.
in it. No, there's no sex in it.
I mean, the comedy is all about sex, so
It's actually the opposite. It's almost swing to the opposite direction. It's about somebody who is like timid about other people. It's not even really so much about the sex. There is sometimes jokes that are like the same type of awkward joke that a teenager might have, where it's like, yeah, he doesn't want to see a girl naked or whatever because he's too shy or it's an inappropriate
like the entire
thing to
episode is
do.
about
But they never
him undressing the girl and taking the measurements. So I'm like,
yeah, and that
like,
entire episode was not about sex jokes, though.
like it's
If you watch
not,
the episode, it has nothing to do with sex jokes.
of him not wanting to see a girl naked. Like I'm confused.
Yeah, it was. It maybe you just don't understand it, but it's actually about the impropriety of the situation making it awkward. It's not about sex. It's about the awkwardness of the situation.
And hello, Manticore. How are you?
No, I'm just sick and tired of this humor. It's not even funny. My reaction is just blank faced because
Okay, you're sick and tired of it. You don't watch it. Why are you? I get why you're complaining about it, I guess. But by talking about it, you're bringing attention to it.
And it's making you think about it again. And
like
making
part of the
us
reason
suffer
complaining
with
about.
it.
I mean, part of the problem I'm complaining about is 'cause, like there's hardly anything else I can find. That's kind of the issue.
Oh, well, unfortunately, it's because you. I think it's because even among the stuff that isn't, shall we say, sexual or what you might even think of sexual, you don't like because of whatever reason.
I mean, like I mean, like how many anime are there about detectives? Let's see. I think like
Well,
two or three.
unfortunately, I can't really. I don't know
I,
enough animes or
I know
manga.
Rick can't answer.
Metal might be able to answer, and I'm not even sure whether he knows probably every single one, obviously.
Oh,
As a little.
he's probably not going to like most of them anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, let me read some comments. Alpha says more about dealing with different types of manga. He says mecha, occult, cyberpunk, gags, sports, slice of life. I'm not sure whether he wanted to go on. I'm not sure. Let's see. Manticore was saying some stuff about one track mind for Fizz. And then he says, "Is that the Rick Piper?" Yes, it is. And he says he's doing great. He's hope I am well. I am. Said I had a good point about something. Alpha says, I find it funny that Alpha says, I find it funny because the situation would be embarrassing for me. I empathize with the situation and it makes me laugh.
Talking about like the awkward situation I was describing in My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah. Sovereign Manticore says energy goes where attention flows. Then Alpha says City Hunter, Cat's Eye, Conan. I guess those are detectives in anime. Is he saying?
Yeah, Detective Conan called Case Closed over here.
I
It's
mean,
a
yeah, I know. I was thinking of
I'm
Detective Conan.
explaining to Rick, who obviously doesn't know anything about him. It's aimed at a moderately younger audience, and it's one of the longest running series we currently have about a
It's
kid
been going
detective
since
who
before I
solves
was born, and it's apparently
Oh, yeah.
still going.
Since I was a kid. It's when it has been going. But like that's one of the type of traditional sleuth. You also have things like Kendaichi case files, Detective School Q has existed. Then you have like supernatural psychological mystery. Death Note is a detective story. Erased. Monster, psychological. It falls in that one. Detective Pikachu
I
is not
watched the race.
Well, I don't know nothing about
the,
it.
the, the main
He,
character is trying to kill the detective, trying to find him.
yeah, but the
and it's a
detective
game of cat and mouse between it. And
Mhm.
Light also has to do like detective things in his game of cat and mouse. But it's a detective story just like in the same way that The Fugitive is.
if you've seen The Fugitive.
No.
I didn't think you did because, well, there is the Harrison Ford movie, but of course, then there is the 60s actual TV series.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen the series. I couldn't tell you if it was from like the 60s or not, but it sounds about like that time.
It was black and white, so, that's why I'm thinking 50s or 60s.
60s, you were getting a lot of color stuff by then.
Mhm.
it might have come into color. Hey, Matthew Kruger, how are you?
I was 63. Okay. It might have been what's it called? A what filming choice to do it in black and white at that time.
Yeah, or it might have just started in that and they just never switched it over because it only lasted 2 or 3 years.
No, if they were trying to get, because it was treated, even though you were following the fugitive as a detective story, though technically the fugitive was a detective himself. He's trying to like solve the crime to clear his own name. So I think they were doing it to go for more of that like classic noir vibe.
Yeah, because I can see it. I've never really thought of it as a detective story before, but I can see it when you say it a little bit. Because like you said, he's looking for somebody, but also, yeah, he's doing his thing to help whatever out, but there is the detective that is usually chasing him down each week, and he's gotta, evade him.
Yeah, if there's actually a Japanese detective story that is very much like The Fugitive, and I believe it was even one of the inspirations for it, it is Monster, which follows
Yes, which is my
a
favorite
couple
anime.
people, but mainly Tenma, who
Kenzo
is trying
Tenma, who
to.
is a doctor who accidentally saved the life of unknowingly saves the life of a serial killer and has to undo his mistake.
Yes, thank you, Fizz, for cutting me off again, in the middle of my explanation. The point was that I was going to get. While he doesn't actually care about clearing his name, he is going after the actual problem while he is being chased down.
Manticore says, "Yo, Rick, have you seen John recently? Was thinking about him the other week and haven't seen him around for ages." I haven't either. There was somebody here a couple weeks ago that said they were talking to him a month or so ago or something like that. Around Easter or just shortly after Easter, around Easter actually, on Easter, I sent to him a happy Easter, and about a month later, he did send me back a message saying happy Easter back. So that's about all I've heard from John. Manticore. Alpha says, "It wasn't me. It was the one-on man." Trying to imitate the mask saying that.
I remember that. I just looked up the name of this anime I watched once called Apocalypse Hotel. Watched that last year. I didn't finish it because I got bored. The problem with that show is that, okay, let me explain you the premise. The premise is a bunch of humanity leaves Earth in the future, and it leaves Earth in the future because of this virus or something. And there's this one hotel that's staffed entirely by robots who are left in charge because the humans all leave now, and the whole planet is deserted. The whole planet Earth is deserted. And so the premise of the show is that we're stuck with these robots in this hotel who occasionally have to deal with alien visitors, very seldomly. Uh, but we are stuck with these robots in this one hotel, and it's an episodic show. And they don't do anything with 90% of the cast. Like literally, they don't do anything with any of the characters. These small group of characters, even though we're stuck with them. Instead, the one robot that gets all the focus is the one main one because she looks like a human, the receptionist, and she has to deal with these alien visitors. But we don't do anything with other robots, even though we're stuck with them.
Well, I can't say too much about it because I've never seen it. I can't comment. Sometimes I would go to venture guess why or whatever, but I'm not even gonna venture guess at this point why they don't do anything with them or whatever. Not having
Like,
seen it.
imagine not doing anything with most of the cast of an episodic TV show. even though we're stuck with them because there's hardly anyone else.
Well, maybe they want to focus on the guest characters. I don't know.
Well,
I'll say that. Also, Alpha said there's Sherlock Hound.
Sherlock Hound is great.
Yeah, and Lupin is also in the genre. Sovereign says Meadow is. It's been a while. Hope you are well. Yes, Meadow's actually up here on the panel with me. Manticore. Alpha's like, good point. I love that animation. Very punchy. And then you say Ghost in the Shell is detective crime genre. Alpha.
Yeah, it's sci-fi detective crime genre, but it is still detective crime genre.
Wouldn't Cowboy Bebop be a bit detective?
It plays in it. I think you could put it in there, but it's definitely on the edges.
Yeah, I'm just.
I watched the first episode of that, and I never to watch it, not to even bother to watch it anymore.
What, Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
Well, it was a little dry and slow in the first episode, if I remember, but it was actually not too bad series. The anime,
No, I just didn't.
not the.
I just didn't care about any of the characters. So, from the first episodes, like, why should I even care watching any further?
Well, you know what? I think just watching one episode, most of the time, you're not going to care about a lot of the characters. It's at that point, it's more. At first, do you enjoy the premise of the show?
No, I didn't enjoy. I didn't care about the premise. So
Yeah, I definitely. That's why I said like it
I,
could fall in there. I agree with
I,
Alpha.
I only watched the show because it's a famous name. That's it. There's no actual reason. I was not actually interested in watching Cowboy Bebop because I didn't care. I already didn't care about the premise, so the characters wasn't interesting. Why watch any further?
Well, I watched it for about the same reason, and that one little girl, I think it's a little girl, was very interesting.
Ed.
You're talking about Ed? Yeah, Ed's a girl.
But I didn't get to it, so I didn't even get that far. Like, well, like, because in the case of Apocalypse Hotel, I watched for like 3 episodes of that or something. Or like they don't do anything with these characters aside from the receptionist robot because she looks the most human. And everybody and all the other robots are animated CGI, even the trash can. Like I don't get it.
Cowboy Bebop is a variety. Every episode is different. Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah, that's the part I was agreeing with them. It's like, yeah, they're sometimes like an episode might fall into like a detective crime story. Sometimes it might just be like a raw action flick. Sometimes it's purely playing into the sci-fi. It really varies from episode to episode because they treated it like a jazz album, right? So each episode was a different section of the jazz album, and they all played very differently.
Then he says they introduce new characters every episode. Yeah.
I kind of got like halfway through Wandering Witch Elena, but the Wandering Witch Elena, it's better than watching Kino's Journey. But the issue I had with Wandering Witch Elena is that the main character kind of has bystander syndrome. So she's not really a hero nor she a villain. So I don't so she doesn't so something bad happens, she doesn't care, and then she just goes on, and there's no actual story told within the episodes because she's just watching things happen to other people.
Okay. So
Do you get what I'm saying?
I guess so. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Action Metal. Do you understand what
No,
I'm saying? What I'm saying, like,
you've told me this before. I just don't care.
okay, I get, yeah. So I'm like, so I'm like watching anime. Kino's Journey. That's an old anime from like when I was born. But that was like some it's about some super cynical teen girl riding a talking motorcycle across a post-apocalyptic world. So I'm like, it's like
Okay.
it's very dour and
Well, I'm not sure whether I really like the look, and I haven't colored it yet. But what do you think of my cross between Batman and Pikachu so far? Humanized.
it's Pikachu, man.
Uh,
That's all I can see.
Metal.
I
Your
don't, I
what?
don't, I don't like his posture. I think is my problem, like at all.
Yeah, that might be what my problem is. To
Like
me,
it's
he's
not like I
reminding me.
couldn't stand like that, but it's like his torso is pointing one way while his hips are pointing the other, and it's like, yeah, I like, and his head's pointing with the hips, but his feet aren't even lined up with the hips. I think that's my bigger problem with that pose too, is that the feet aren't lined up with the hips, right? It's like this looks very uncomfortable to stand like this.
Yeah. Oh. Also, he's reminding more of me of Mighty Mouse. Oh, Alpha says, how are you going to color this cross? Alpha says, think of it as a three-quarter looking down on him angle. Yeah, I was trying to go looking down on him a little bit, so I think that's where I got messed up. Is putting the feet, I didn't put the feet far enough back in. That's one thing, but yeah, I could see where you're coming from.
Yeah, no, I definitely I could see that we're kind of supposed to be looking down a little bit, but it's like I'm just kind of looking at where the hips are, right? More so, I'm looking at the direction the crotch is pointing, which kind
Yeah,
of tells you where the hips are lying, and it's like, well, if he's going to be facing that way, even if his chest is twisted back, I kind of feel like his the foot underneath his head, right? Which in this case, I guess would be his right foot, should probably be pointed more forward. Like this is a really wide, almost like bow-legged stance for where his hips are pointing.
yeah. And it might have something a little to do because I'm not sure whether you've seen. I had him a little smaller and I wasn't liking it, so I widened him a little, so that might have messed things up more than what I thought it was going to. But as for the coloring, I'm not sure. I don't really want to go with yellow because I think that's just gonna be too Wolverine looking.
This, it's yellow and red. That's what Pikachu is.
Yeah, but I also have Batman in there too. I gotta add
It's
I
actually
mean,
a joke
Wolverine's yellow and black.
we used to make in school was that like Wolverine and Pikachu looked very similar to each other.
Wolverine's yellow and black. So
And depending on the outfit, brown as well, which is also one of Pikachu's colors. The stripes on Pikachu's back are brown.
Okay, let's see. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make the head mask yellow. Although that's a little too.
Actually, here's a poll for you guys, right? Since you brought up Wolverine, I might be in the minority here. I don't know. Which one do you prefer, his yellow and brown outfit or his yellow and blue outfit? Because I personally prefer the yellow and brown outfit.
I must say, I probably think I like the yellow and blue a little bit more. But maybe it's because it's the one I saw first.
it's funny. I thought I had a character show up. Who have a character show up in one of my stories? Is literally a talking Wolverine. Not like Logan at all. Like literally a talking Wolverine.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yeah. Like the badger type. Yeah.
yes, the Wolverine's literally just a giant badger that lives in the cold. So
Okay,
Its other name is the North American badger.
but a little bit more on topic. Which Wolverine costume do you like more, Fitzchozo? But then again, you probably don't like Wolverine to begin with, so.
no, I found the character of Wolverine. I just don't like the X-Men. I just never liked the X-Men. But Wolverine is yellow and brown. I prefer yellow and brown over yellow and blue. I actually prefer yellow and brown.
Okay.
So at least on the panel, I'm actually in the majority this time. Most of the time when I ask people this, it's usually the yellow and blue.
But here's the real weirder question, or the wild question. Are you surprised that you and Fitzchozo agree on that?
No.
Okay.
No, it would have been funny if there was somebody in the chat that'd be like, actually, I prefer Wolverine's all-black outfit from, like, X-Men 384. I don't even know if he has an all-black outfit in 384, but some random thing like that.
Or his
No,
gray outfit from X-Force.
Oh, I hate his X-Force outfit so much.
Yeah, I can't say I'm really fond of that myself.
But for me personally, that like I don't see much of a difference in watching between watching Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt and like what's that show, Mr. Pickles?
Are you back on this
I,
again?
yeah, like yeah,
I was happy that we moved away from this conversation.
Do you remember Mr. Pickles, right?
I remember Mr. Pickles.
That was awful.
Mr. Pickles is not appropriate for our channel.
I think Metal thinks he's in a pickle right now.
So, to say a good chunk of what we talked about today, I do not consider appropriate for our channel.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to mention I can't mention anything that happens in Mr. Pickles because that's definitely inappropriate for Rick's channel. So that show was just bad.
Yeah, well, it's kind of just the way Adult Swim is. You see a lot of really bad stuff on Adult Swim. The Adult Swim actually be pretty much the example
You're breaking up.
looking for earlier.
I'm trying to hear what you're saying on Adult Swim, but you're kind of breaking up. So
I don't know. Rick, can you hear me?
Yeah, you were breaking up for me too.
Oh, I noticed my ping spiked for a second. I think I probably should be fine now.
Yeah,
you're fine now.
Yeah. So I was saying, Adult Swim might actually be that example you were looking for earlier about when things go a little too innovative. A lot of their thing was just throwing stuff at the wall, giving people creative deals. Basically, it was Tim Heidecker from Tim and Eric, right? Is one of the... I actually, both Tim and Eric kind of have a say in this, but he was like one of the producers over at Adult Swim, and they would kind of just give a deal to anyone whose show they thought was appealing to them. right? Like if it made them laugh, they'd give them a show. But you've seen the stuff Tim and Eric makes, so that's a very broad range of weird things that make them laugh. That's also how Smiling Friends came to be. But like a lot of Adult Swim is literally just throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping it sticks, and a lot of it was bad. Like I think Super Jail was probably one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah,
Like
well,
you can't blame them for
I didn't
not
think
being
you want.
creative. They're just
No.
not
Well,
good
in my case,
creative.
I didn't think Super Jail was one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was bad, but it wasn't any worse than anything else on Adult Swim. But that's kind of thing. It's all kind of just meshes together in how bad it is.
was Undergrad on Adult Swim? I think it was called Undergrad.
Don't know what that is.
Metal?
Are you talking about undergrads?
Maybe. It followed this one guy that.
I believe that was MTV originally.
Metal? Yeah.
I said I believe it was MTV originally.
Okay, yeah, I heard that. I wasn't sure whether you were continued or not. I just didn't hear you.
No, I didn't say anything after that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought it might have been on that. But then again, maybe it was here in Canada. I don't know.
Maybe because I know while there really should have been no reason to have more than one network. Very often the scheduling was different for Cartoon Network over there, including Adult Swim.
Yeah. Okay, but on a completely different topic. What do you think? Although I need to tighten it up. What do you think of my idea for
Like
color?
there's the colors. The color is not good. There's too many colors.
Metal?
You're right. Make the cape brown.
Brown?
I
I
mean,
was
yeah, just
thinking,
make his color scheme yellow and red. So change the gray to red and change the change the gray to brown. Change the cape to red.
okay, but you're just going with Pikachu colors. I have to include Batman colors in this too.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like change the cape to brown,
Yeah.
and then if you still need to include the bluish black from Batman, change the red on his emblem to that color.
Yeah, I was thinking the brown for as well for the cape, but I wasn't sure whether it'd be too much. But maybe I need to go a little darker. Does that look a little better?
Yeah, because you don't want it to be the same color as like the belt and stuff, or else that clashes. But at least now, like that very differently temperatured cape isn't clashing as much.
Oh, I don't have that. You know what? I probably don't need the blue black. The gray is Pokemon or Batman, and it's taking up.
Yeah.
And we have his face a little bit there.
Yeah, and the gray's fine too because this is kind of working with the warm colors of this palette anyway.
Yeah, I was just trying to include that extra Batman color with the blue, but it was all. I thought it was a little bit all right, but brown is probably a little bit better.
It's the temperature. I think that ultimately makes it kind of just stick out too much. right? Like the rest of the palette is really warm, and then you've got this one cold color there.
So what can we talk about?
Probably also doesn't help that it was definitely a blue, but it was like closer to that indigo side, right? So, which makes it not that far from purple, and purple and yellow are complementary colors. And when you put complementary colors to that, they really stick out and pop, which wasn't working with the rest of the color scheme.
Yeah. Just well, I think you might know me. I go and I try something. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, who cares? Well, sometimes.
Blue and gold, though, on average, like if you make it work, maybe if you got rid of the brown altogether, could have, is a good combination. It's one of the reasons the scouts use blue and gold for quite a long time.
Yeah. But, so the next one that I have to do for the request is Harry Potter and Optimus Prime. That's not going to be that's just going to be a video I do off air. You know, I got ideas for that, but I'm not sure how
Potter Miss Prime.
I don't know how that's gonna even look. It's like a robot version of Harry Potter. Like it's just, I don't.
No, I'm thinking like the arm parts here are going to be like Optimus, and then the regular arm part looks sort of humanish, with Harry Potter type stuff. Maybe the shoulder.
Are you going to
Optimus.
turn him into a cyborg, or is it going to be more like armor?
I'm not sure what you would call it. It could be cyborgish. It could be armorish. These are.
Yeah, I wish.
You wish what?
I wish I still had the drawing that I did back in senior year of high school that I was telling you about, because it just oddly falls into this kind of category. We were just positing, my creative writing teacher was involved in this too, uh, really silly, overpowered characters. And somehow one of them we came up to was a fusion between Harry, not that was Dumbledore specifically, a fusion between Dumbledore, the Magic School Bus, and the Power Ranger Megazord, which was basically a Megazord made out of parts of the Magic School Bus with Dumbledore features on it, and I had to draw it for everybody.
That would be crazy. I might get AI to take a stab at that if I can see what they do. A combination of Harry Potter and Optimus Prime. I got them to help me a little bit with what's the name of it? Cringer and Yoshi.
Yeah, those were wild.
What, Cringer and Yoshi?
Yeah, yeah. I think you showed some of the references, and they were pretty wild.
Yeah. But, like I said, it helped me a little bit. Gave me I think, a decent idea for doing my Cringer, or technically my Battle Cat and Yoshi. I never really did Cringer and Yoshi. because that night I didn't really want to do two drawings. I figured it'd take too long. I think it's the He-Man Mario suffered because of that too, because I did him as Mario and Prince Adam and Mario and as He-Man. But I think my next week, starting with my Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, I think that is going to be decent. That I just got to figure out which one I want to start with. Um, any ideas on which one I might be starting? Should start with?
Sorry, I was texting Marsupial. You have to repeat what you said.
Oh, just saying about next week, starting with Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and I'm not really sure which one I should start with. Any ideas?
Oh, the mains, like the mains.
We'll say from Street Fighter Rise again.
I believe the first one I gave you specifically was Ryu and Liu Kang.
Okay, I was trying not to say who the second one was gonna be, but okay. But Ryu and
Has anyone made a whole manga series about a cute thing going around killing people?
probably.
I'm asking Metal here.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, I was just thinking. So what if somebody made something that looked like a Pokemon but it kills people, and it has someone done a manga on that?
Galaxy Quest did it though.
No, I talk about the whole premise of no, talk about the whole premise of the manga is about that.
Well, I could see a
Yeah, I'm just saying I couldn't tell you.
yeah, I could see one creature in it, not as the focus, but as an episode or whatever.
I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I've never seen it done in practice myself. I don't even know if it's been done. Yeah, I would just have to see how it's executed.
The thing is like I rarely see really anything among outside the norm. That's outside what people expect from it, but what people expect from Japanese culture. So
There was this
like we have
really good episode of the hero Yoshihiko and the Demon King's castle, where they were attacked by basically an Australian drop bear, which there's no such thing as a drop bear, but like
I know it's a koala.
enraged
It's a
koala. And they had like just this stuffed koala because the hero Yoshihiko and the Demon King's castle was a really low budget live action show, and they were like using fishing wire to sling this stuffed koala through the forest really fast, and it was like attacking and biting them, very similar to the bunny from Monty Python. And they didn't know how to deal with this demon in the forest. That's a great show to watch if you've never seen it. The hero Yoshihiko and the Demon King's castle. It's. I don't think Fizz would like it. It's very influenced by Dragon Quest, but like way back before most series were influenced by Dragon Quest. And it's just this goofy, just live action comedy show about a hero that it's his entire life because the Demon King killed his family's village or whatever at one point, and that he wants to take him down. He's dedicated his life to it, and everything goes wrong along the way.
It's like the thing about is like animes that I just randomly I keep just running to the same things over and over again. Like when can I get something more novel? Like some it's like it doesn't even feel like these people want to tell a story. They just casting on trends. That's how it feels like.
Yeah, well, that's like most.
Okay, I'm tired of this conversation. I'll catch you later, Rick. You have a good one.
I don't care about fan service.
Well, it's not about fan service. It's about what works. And fortunately or unfortunately, they're not like most people. You all right?
Yeah, I just think about just writing a bunch of stories about killing manga authors. That I thought about having a story where it's revealed that all mangaka are part of a sex trafficking ring, and it has to be part of it in order to be accessible in the manga industry.
Yeah, well, write what you
But I just thought
like.
like
Write what you do what you like. Not don't don't worry about all this stuff that you don't like. Just stop paying attention to it. Because it's not helping you. Just focus on what something you like. Focusing on the bad stuff doesn't help you. Who cares? That there's all this crap out there that you don't like. Focus on the stuff that you do like. Like that's what I do. Like I don't care about the stuff I don't like. I don't even think about it most of the time because like say DC and Marvel. I'm not really into DC and Marvel anymore. Yeah, I'll go see a Superman movie or whatever, but I'm not into the comics. Haven't been for a really long time. So, yeah, if I hear about a good story, maybe I'll check it out, but probably not even then. So, you know what? I'm focused on my stuff. And that's all I care about. And I'm focused on my friends' stuff too. Like medals or Hero Shack. You got to focus on what you like. Forget about the stuff that you don't like for whatever good or dumb reason. Focus on thing. Who cares why they're doing what they're doing? You're never going to understand why they're doing what they're doing. The bad stuff, the stuff that you don't like. But that's why focus on your stories, and finding.
I can't talk about most of my stories because I hadn't made them. So
Well, you can start writing them.
I can't get started. I can't get started on making them unless I get a job, which no one wants to give me, so nobody knows me. So I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you can technically, yeah, maybe you're not the best artist out there, but you can draw
I
them
mean,
to the
I
best.
drew that, and that does not look good at all. That thorax character I drew.
No, it doesn't look the best. I'll admit that. But you know what? Like there are genres out there that will use that sort of stuff. And you know what? You start by doing it yourself. Like maybe you're not the best artist, right? And I'm not the best artist. But I started drawing my comic, and then John Dillard came along and said, "Hey, I'll help you out. I'll make it a little better for you for number one." And I got on. In fact, I got on YouTube here, and I wasn't the best artist. People made fun of me here on YouTube because of some of my bad art. But you know what? That's fine. Like I have to realize that I'm not the best artist. But then I meet people like Raul here, who is a great, awesome artist, and he'll work with me to do, something. Like I have a book because somebody on another book that's going to be starting. He saw me at somewhere in Hamilton, but also, he got to reconnected at a Comic-Con, and then he's been on my show, and then, we talked, and he's going to be doing something for me for free. All because he believes in what I'm doing and likes what I'm doing. And and that all starts because I am putting myself out there doing what I can to produce my stuff. And that's what you got to do. Do the best you can with what you have. I get not having the job. I've not had a job before for quite some time. And some of it was because I wasn't putting myself out there or I wasn't getting hired. So, I just even quit looking for a job for quite some time. But if you focus on the negative, that's all you're going to see. You got to start focusing on the positive stuff and doing what you can to do your stuff. You can write your stories, and maybe you can't draw them up the best, but you can do a little bit of art towards them to get, if you ever can get an artist, to what you might want in the comic book. You can do your, as we'll call them, thumbnails. Tim does that. He's
Yeah, I just take images that already exist and I color them in GIMP.
yeah, and
And
that's
change
all
the color
right.
after the coloring.
Like Tim Olson, when he's working with an artist for Melvin, he does his thumbnail says, "I want it to look like this or this, this, and this," and he gives that to the artist, and then the artist does something with it. So maybe you're creating the thumbnails, 2 or 3 years in advance. Like I've got stories that I can show you stuff that I drew like 40 years ago that's as bad as what you are for drawing. But you can't let that stop you, and it was a starting point. And you're welcome, Raul. Let me see the thorax. I bet it's good. Here is his thorax. Or lorax.
It's supposed to be a parody of the Lorax called the
Yeah.
Thorax.
Yeah, and it's not too bad. It's possible. I think somebody would. He says, "Let me see that Miss Piggy drawing from 30 years, 20 years ago." I did. I don't think I did Miss Piggy, but like, do I have anything in my? on my computer at the moment of old stuff. Raul says your thorax, lorax, whatever you want to say, is good. And the only way to get better, too, is, of course, practice. Like, I know I wasn't really all that good. I was worse than what I am now when I first started coming on. Here. Uh,
I'm still here, by the way. I'm just not
yeah,
talking.
yeah, same here. I'm still here. I'm just trying to figure out if I can find any of my original type stuff. Like, I know I've shown stuff before, so I can't really find anything right this moment. But you have to focus on the positive stuff. It's easy to, and I'll admit, it's easy to focus on the negative stuff. I've done it many times, especially when things aren't working out. And as we talked before, the other day, go find somewhere to volunteer. I know it's free, but it gets you out of the house, gets you doing something, gets some of the skills you might need for a job or whatever, to get hired somewhere. And, if they see you're volunteering when you go to work somewhere, hey, that helps too. Because I believe everybody here, or I'm pretty sure everybody or most everybody here, wants to see you succeed. Unfortunately, there's only so much we can do in helping you succeed. And actually, there is, I'd love to find it, a copy of the images. There's actually a version of the Canadian Shield before the one that got printed that when I went down to LA, I was selling a digital copy of. Raul says, I find drawing things outside helped me a lot to get better at art. Getting away from a screen helps me focus, says Alpha.
Nice. Huh.
It's about doing whatever helps you or whatever, getting out of your own head sometimes. I'd say what's so funny, but I'm not sure whether I want to know.
I was thinking about having a story what slasher parody of Jason Voorhees goes to an anime high school.
Okay.
And then have him kill all the character archetypes I hate. I was just thinking about having like the Jason knockoff slicing off a woman's breast so she stopped making boob jokes.
Like I said, I'm sorry I asked. I I know you like that, and you definitely think it's funny. And Alpha says my problem is all my work is made on computer now, so it's easy for me to get distracted by YouTube. Yeah. Uh, Raul says fresh air and the sun. Fresh air, fresh air, sun, and the Lord will make you better. Okay, so I think all I need to do is. Oh, I missed a little bit here. Uh, Bible says you gotta believe, say prayer, you will get better. Alpha says maybe I can set up at the library once a week with my laptop. Okay, so I think that is done.
Nah, looks better. Much better.
Batman and Pikachu combined. With your powers combined.
Goodbye.
Later, Fitzchozo. So we got about 15 more minutes to go till midnight. Not sure whether I should end early. Well, maybe just over 10 minutes. It's 48 according to my thing. What does everybody think of Pikachu and Batman combined? Batchu! No, 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 Batchu! Batchu, human. Batchu, man. Raul says, it's nice. I want the toy. Yes, well, I doubt this or oh, um here is the Pokemon version for those that haven't seen. A video will be coming out probably sometime tomorrow of me doing this. Batchu! Raul also says the witching hour is coming for us all. He's got that thing like the flying squirrel, under his arm, folds up, to fly. Batchu! Batchu! Achoo! It's you. In the universe where Batchu exists, it is comes Batchu Man. We got the Batchu and we got the Batchu Man. Just like you have a bat and you have the Batman. Or the baby bat. Yeah. Although this reminds me a little bit of Batmite. It looks Batchu. It reminds me of a Japanese squirrel. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, I was thinking the like a flying squirrel. Well, you know what? This has been good. Well, sort of good, but I think I'm gonna end like 8 minutes early. So I'm gonna be back tonight, or not tonight, tomorrow night. I will about 7 o'clock. I will be drawing up some golden age or character, or does this bat like cheese? I'm not sure. Just Pokemon like cheese? Um, either a Golden Age character, public domain, or independent. But I'll thank everybody in the chat for being here. It's been good having everybody here. It was good. I'd say good conversation in the chat. Anyways, somewhat a decent one on here, but I don't know. Anyways, we'll catch y'all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it might be for you. Love you all. God bless you, everyone.